Hey guys, I'm Red, and this is LEGO Icons set number 10312, released in 2023, with 8 exclusive minifigures, with 2,899 pieces, all for just $230. Now, full disclosure before we get started, I did get the set used. Don't judge me, I just saved a little bit of money. So, we are missing a couple things. We're missing the Magician's Bunny and the box, and that's it. So, let's just get started real quick and look at our first couple minifigures. The first minifigure we're gonna look at is the drummer, and she has 2 Harry Potter wands in that dark tan color. Not too rare or expensive, so you can get those anywhere. But I do really like this figure. I love the ponytail. I like the glasses. I like the blue and the subtle silver there on the torso. I think it looks nice. And the dark brown legs just kind of complete the look. And she does have very little negative space there. You can see the black outline, just kind of give a little bit of space for the hips. And on the back here, it's just more of the same printing with no second expression, but I do like the back printing. I think it works, and I think it looks nice. Our second minifigure is the chef, and I really like him. It's definitely a chef. So white legs, obviously nice chef uniform for the torso, and a nice little face that I like. Could be used for like a Santa or, any other figure, but this time it's used for a chef. And of course, the regular LEGO chef hat, that always works. And the last minifigure we're going to look at for now is the bass player. He comes with a bass and a bass case, I guess, that rhymes. And this just uses a lot of snot techniques to get all these angles, to get those tiles on there, but it just connects his back with that a modified accessory thing. When this guy's not at the Palace Cinema, this guy is here practicing his bass and playing in front of all the people, using the exact same uniform as we saw on the drummer, but again, still looks nice. Little silver detailing there on the torso, dark blue legs, and on his face, he actually has a hearing aid. So just a little side of the head printing, which is always nice to get. And of course, no second expression, but I like his little flat top hair. I think it looks nice. So we're going to switch up the format a little bit here. So since we looked at the first set of minifigures, now we're going to look at the first floor and the second floor and so on and so forth. Looking at the sidewalk here, it's just like all the other LEGO module building sidewalks. Nicely tiled off in this dark gray color with a border of 1x8 plates in light gray. We do get a little table outside with a printed umbrella and a lamppost with a black plate under it for some reason. Doesn't really look the best like that, but if you're just seeing it like this, it looks fine. Starting over here with the different colors, see more dark gray and dark tan there. On the wall there are some flowers growing, and since this is the entrance to a pizza shop, you gotta get the Italian colors there, dark green, white, and red. And you can see the sign to the tailor with the lavender door and the 2x2 lavender tile, which is good to get. You get a sign for a jazz club, which is printed, a light there, and a couple more printed pieces that say live music all night, and there's a magic show. Get a couple windows, and you can see our door to the jazz club is on this nice angle, using a jumper plate that's built into the sidewalk. Just looks really nice. When we enter the jazz club, you can see there's a little dining hall concert area, and also a little ticket booth. Looking at the concert hall a little more deeply, you can see there are 3 overhead lights, a saxophone, and a drum set. We can place our first 2 minifigures there to act like they're playing in front of the stage, and all 3 of those tables are exactly the same, except for one that has a bottle instead of a glass. But moving through the hallway, you can see we enter a pizza shop, which looks really nice. I love the white and black tiles all around. Get a seasoning shelf on the wall there. A few pizzas, or one's being made, one is already completed there. You get a register and a wood-burning pizza oven, which just looks really nice in that color. And moving through our lavender door is just a staircase so far, but once we keep going, you'll see where that leads. Starting section number 2, we get the club owner. I really like her. I think she looks pretty cool with the light blue jacket over her dress, and just these brownish orange legs. I'm not sure the official color, but you can see she has a massive smile on her face, and her huge bun ponytail back there, and just a little bit of back printing. And does not have a second expression, unfortunately. But as a club owner, why would she be upset in her own club? She'd always want to put on a good show. And up next is the tailor, and I really like him. I love the red undershirt, the golden tie, and the dark blue overalls. Doesn't match his pants though. That's kind of awkward. He does come with a pair of scissors, obviously. Dark brown hairpiece, just a little beard, maybe that's like a stubble, printing on his face. And on the back, the overalls just continue and make an X pattern. No second expression, but he's still pretty cool. Moving up the staircase we looked at earlier, you get a kind of a intersection. You get a lavender door to enter the tailor, a door that leads to a balcony, and one that leads to the manager's office. But before we enter the manager's office, there is a little rug, so make sure you always wipe your feet. And now that we're here, we can see that keep a massive balcony so they can look down and watch the shows, where she can either watch it from here, or she can just listen to it from her massive desk that has a old school telephone, a green lamp, and across from her is a sand blue chair for any guests that may come around. She does have a stained glass window using pink, yellow, and blue translucent pieces, where it looks pretty nice. And there is a record player, a piece of art, which looked pretty cool. Did forget to mention this other stained glass window in the hallway, but both of them are basically, actually not basically. Did forget to mention this other stained glass window in the hallway, and just like the one in the manager's office, it is exactly the same. If we go just across the hall to the tailor, we can see the sewing machine there, sewing somebody's dress. I wonder who that could belong to. We see a mannequin and 4 different colors of cloth, red, gold, green, and black on a dresser. You can see kind of a fireplace here. Maybe it's not supposed to be a fireplace because it's right on top of the chef's wood-burning pizza oven. There are also 2 windows here, a lamp, and 2 more windows in the front. Speaking of the front, we can see 3 hanging lavender bushes with look really nice, and 2 guardrails there. Moving to the left, you can see 1 little plant on the outside of the jazz club and 6 brown 1x1 tiles on snap bricks just to add more detail. You can see a massive jazz club sign here with 2 printed pieces and some light orange hot dog pieces, which are always good to get more of those. The same stained glass window and the same 1x1 brown studs. And there's nothing really going on the back or the sides, because of course it has to connect to other modular buildings using these holes here, here, and here. And I also forgot to mention this back door of the jazz club, which has 1 light, couple vents, and a wood storage. Alright guys, so when I bought the set, I thought I had the right minifigure, but the face is actually wrong. But she does have everything else, so I don't really care. But moving right along, this is the singer, and she comes with a beautiful hairpiece. I really like all the shapes there. She comes with a dress that was just made by a tailor using all those gold and silver detailing. Just looks really nice on the minifigure. Plain yellow arms and a gray microphone. And almost the same printing continues on this sloped, I'm not even sure what it's called, the dress piece, I guess. But yeah, it just looks really nice on this figure. I love how it just shines in the light. And we won't comment about the head. And with all of the correct parts, this is the magician. She comes with a magic hat that's growing flowers out of it. And these 3 slopes that have, I guess it's like a ribbon that she can pull out of her sleeve. I don't know, when the magicians do it, it's pretty cool. There's nothing really too special about this figure. Black legs, a black suited torso with a white undershirt, and you can see a little bit of negative space on the left and right. She does have a massive smile on her face, nice blonde hair, and just more of the same printed. Oh, she does have a second expression, look at that. She's a massive smile there, and more back printing. And last but definitely not least, this is the delivery driver. I really like his red legs and his light nougat hairpiece in the kind of spiky pattern. a wide smile and his green jacket looking nice. He has a striped undershirt, and just a little bit of back printing, and no second expression, unfortunately, but it does come with a helmet. It looks pretty nice if we put him over the figure and close his visor up, just like that. And now he's ready to deliver some pizza all around the Lego City on his really nice light green motorcycle. He can keep a pizza or two back there on that jumper plate if he wants, or he can just hold it, which I don't know why he would, but the option's there if you want. And moving up our last staircase, you get our last hallway with a plant. It is the first thing you see when you walk in. 2 doors on the left and right, a ladder behind the staircase, and our last stained glass window, or I guess one of our last, but that's beside the point. If we exit the right-sided door, we get a little greenhouse on the top of the Taylor and the pizza shop. And we can see in there they grow fresh tomatoes, carrots, and maybe some other plants there. The chimney right next to it, and these are on hinges, so we can move them open, close. And it is a little tight in there, but the chef can very easily harvest any of his plants. Moving through the opposite door, we get kind of a green room, or I'm not sure what else it would be called, but we get a sheet of music there, a big yellow couch, and a beautiful piece of art. A little crate there for storage. Our very last stained glass window, a big window there in regular black color and glass, of course, and a vanity mirror, which comes with a hairbrush, a few drawers, and a red seat, where anybody can practice their singing, their bass playing, or their magic. And moving up the ladder to our last section on the outside, we get, obviously, the roof, and there's nothing really up here. There's a squirrel up here, though, with a orange and yellow nest, and a few details here just to make the outside look a little bit nicer. There's a curved piece there. Of course, nothing on the left and right sides, because again, it has to connect to other modular buildings. There are 3 massive windows, this kind of sloped piece that gives it a little more shape. And we've already seen the greenhouse, so there's nothing really left to talk about. I do like how they did this, though. I think that looks pretty nice. So yeah, that's really all I have to say about this Lego Icons modular building. I really liked it. Again, I did buy it used, so I don't know how you guys feel about me covering used sets. Personally, I don't mind, as long as, you know, we're transparent about it, like her face and, you know, the missing bunny rabbit, but the whole set's here, so I'm not really going to complain about that. But I did like all of the printed details. I love the stickers. They don't really bother me in this set. Love all of the exclusive minifigures, even though she's missing her face. And I just like the little hints of purple in the Taylor sign and the plants up above. I love this blue color on the outside. I think it adds a nice pop to any city you put it in. So what do you guys think about this set? Why don't you leave a comment down below and let me know. And please let me know if you guys do not like me covering used sets. Again, I don't mind it, but of course this is all up to you if we cover these or not. So if you liked, hit like, subscribe, leave a comment like I just said. And I hope you join me next time when we continue building our Lego City.